Hi, I'm Natalie.
Hi, I'm Ariana.
Okay, so first I just want to explain confidentiality to you. So anything we talk about will be kept confidential unless you're going to harm yourself or others, but otherwise it'll just be kept between us. Any questions on that? No. Okay, what brings you into counseling?
So this is my first year in college, and I'm kind of not sure if I made the right decision. I actually am 6 hours away from home, and it was already a tough decision making it whether or not I wanted to go that far. But I'm kind of just not knowing if it's the right decision. I don't really know who to talk to about it right now.
Okay, so tell me more about what you mean by you don't know if you made the right decision. What's making you question your decision?
So I have a little brother at home, and I kind of just feel bad that I'm so far away and I'm missing out all of the opportunities that I have with my family when I am home. So I'm kind of regretting leaving because I feel like I've kind of left him behind in a sense.
Have you talked at all with him about how he feels about how you being away from school, or have you seen him at all since you came?
So I haven't seen him since I have been here because I don't have a car on campus, so it's kind of I have to wait for my parents and when they're available, so I won't be able to see him till Thanksgiving break. But he is he's really young, he's 6, so he's just I'm happy you're at college, I'll see you soon. So I don't think he's really upset about it. My parents try keeping him occupied too, so I think it's more how I feel, but I also don't want my parents to drive out every time I feel upset because I feel that is often that I'm starting to feel upset about it.
Yeah, so tell me more about what do you feel when you say you're upset about it? You feel just you miss him, or tell me more about that.
I feel I kind of abandoned my family and friends at home. A lot of my friends stayed home and decided to go to live at their house and go to college that was close by. So I feel I have no one here, and I have to make a whole new group of friends, and I'm having trouble doing that because I feel I'm always thinking about them at home. So I'm having some trouble reaching out to people, and I feel when I do reach out to people sometimes I end up just feeling I'm obligated to do this to make up for those feelings.
So you're feeling a little bit missing home and also feeling guilty that you're not at home anymore. And then when you do reach out, you feel you're just doing it out of the obligation of feeling guilty?
Yeah, I feel when I'm oh, there's an event, I'm just gonna go, I need to make friends. It's not really I want to go because I think it's gonna be fun. And I feel the whole time I'm at events like that, I'm kind of just thinking about my family, and then I go back to my dorm still upset and wish I just didn't even go out.
So it's been hard for you to make friends at your new college, and you're still thinking about the friends at home.
Yeah, I don't have a roommate. I decided to get a single because I couldn't really find anyone I matched with on the Facebook page, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna be okay to move in with someone random. So I'm all alone in my room, so I've been trying to make friends different ways, but it's really hard.
Do you talk to anybody in your classes, or have you thought about joining any clubs on campus?
I haven't thought about joining any clubs just because I'm not really a person who played sports in high school, but I do have some people in class that we do study groups and stuff, but that's really it, only regarding school.
Well, I like that you do get some social interaction with people in your classes and study groups, but have you ever thought about maybe taking it outside of just the studying and just saying, hey, maybe we can go get coffee, or we could go see a movie or something like that?
I think I've definitely thought about it, but I feel I'm always nervous to actually reach out and ask them because I'm always scared what if this they just want us to be friends for school. I don't want to overstep.
Definitely understandable, and I can see why you'd be hesitant to do that. But even if you don't ask maybe the whole group, maybe just asking one other individual and just seeing, obviously they could always say no, but at least you reached out and you asked. And just because one person says no doesn't mean that everyone will. And I think that might be good for you just to get some social interaction besides just school, because school can be stressful, and plus you're already stressing about just being at school in general,
Right.
so it might be good to take your mind off of it.
Yeah, I definitely would want to like try to reach out to like someone who I've been like close with. There's just like a friend, her name's Ashley, and she like is like one of the people who I study with sometimes in like my biology classes. So I was thinking about maybe like just asking her if we could do like a study date, like maybe like get coffee. We could do something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Or even connecting the two, just doing something fun while also doing studying. But I definitely think it would be good to kind of like reach out and just do something other than school, take your mind off school, and also make connections with other people.
Yeah, I feel like I have been focusing a lot on just like my academics, and like I haven't been really like when I do try to make friends, I'm kind of like I don't have time to do all of this. Like I have to study. Like, and I feel like when I try to make friends, it's like a really stressful thing, and it kind of like it's a little bit overwhelming.
Hey, can you tell me a little bit more about that stressful feeling and like how it seems overwhelming?
Yeah, so like when I do I said that I don't know, I feel like that when I do go to reach out to people, I always like assume that like they don't want to, and I know that like it's not always like the case, but I have this like feeling that like they're not like my friends at home. Like I'm trying to like show everyone like my personality, and like I feel like it's hard when I get home. Everyone already knows, like I don't have to like kind of explain like what I like to do. Like I feel like I'm just like starting over here, and like I don't really know how to make friends, so that's why I'm like having such a hard time.
Yeah, so it kind of is hard to open up to new people when you kind of wish you were with the people you're already comfortable with back home.
Yeah.
That's definitely understandable. I think that we could work on that, and we could find some skills to like help you. If you're super nervous about asking like someone, we could do like this technique that's called an empty chair, where we can have you, just talk to an empty chair that would be like your potential friend, and just kind of go over what you would say, if that might make you more comfortable like doing it actually.
Yeah, I think that would help. I feel like when I go to like I plan it all in my head, and like when I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna ask this girl, like maybe we can go get coffee and we can study there. I feel like I get all this planned and I never actually go through with it. I like end up seeing her, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna ask her, she doesn't want to.
So you kind of rehearse it in your head, but then when it goes to the actual time to ask, you just get scared and then retreat basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe doing it out loud with me, like it might actually help to just kind of like rehearse it out loud in front of someone else. I think that could be helpful.
Yeah, I would definitely be up to doing something like that.
Okay. I mean, we could do a potential time now, but if you're not ready, if you'd like to think about it, we don't have to do it today.
Okay, I mean, we can do it now. I mean, just to give it a try.
Okay. So I won't pull up an actual chair, but we can just pretend, oh, this is actually right here, and you can say you walked up to her, and then what would you ask her to, kind of see if she wants to go on like a coffee date?
Okay. I think I'd be like, hi Ashley, like I know we have a test coming up soon. Would you want to like go get Starbucks and maybe we can study there for an hour? Something like that.
Yeah, I think that sounds perfect, and obviously she could either say yes or no, but regardless of her response, I don't think you should take either response personally. If she says no, it could be she's just busy and she just doesn't have the time for that, or she might say yes, and then you guys could get the coffee, study, and have a great time. So either way though, I don't want you to think of her response as the success. I want you to think of you actually asking her as the success.
Yeah, because I definitely think like once I like get it out, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it really wasn't even that big of a deal.
Right.
I definitely like realize that like I tend to like think about it a little bit too much, which kind of makes me second guess it.
Yeah, and I think that's normal, the second guessing, overthinking it, and I don't think that it's wrong or unnormal that you are second guessing or overthinking. It is hard to make new friends, especially 6 hours away. These are all new people. You don't have anyone here that's comfortable, so it definitely can be a challenge, and I don't want you to feel like you're alone in that. There's probably multiple people that maybe you even study with that feel that same way, so it's just kind of finding those people and making the connections. But baby steps, definitely will help. Just, going up and asking is definitely a success and will get you more comfortable to be able to, make deeper connections, but you can take it one step at a time.
Yeah, and like also being so far away from home and like not having my parents be able to come up here, I'm kind of struggling with that because I like want to tell them that like I'm kind of going through these feelings and like with friends, but like I don't want them to think that like I want to transfer right now. Like I don't feel like they might jump to conclusion and like I'm not sure if that's what I want to do, so I've been hesitant to tell my parents about that because I don't want them to be like ask me all these questions that I don't have answers to. So I'm having trouble deciding if I want to talk to them about.
So you've thought about talking to your parents about your struggles here with making friends, but you're just concerned with what their response is going to be, and you don't want to have to, explain all these things that you haven't even thought about.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like deciding. Like I do like the school, I do like some of my classmates and stuff, but I do have like these like feelings of like times where I just don't really want to do anything because like I don't have any friends and like I've been trying to like make new friends like we talked about, but I feel like when my mom hears type of thing, she gets so worried and she like wants to try fixing everything and just feel like I don't want to like stress her out and then have her stress me out as well. Like I just don't know if I really like the school or not. I'm still everything's like up in the air, so like I don't know if it's the right time to share it with them or not.
Okay, we can definitely talk about that and finding ways to be more comfortable with talking to them, but I think first, obviously, you want to know how you're feeling. So let's talk about what are some things about the school that you like that does make you want to stay here?
I do like just like all of like my teachers. It's like a smaller school, so like I like that they're able to like know who I am and like within the first couple of weeks I like have made connections with them and like they know my name, which like I really like because I know a couple friends at other schools, like they have like classes with like 200 people and like they only don't like really know anyone in their class because it's so big. So like I really like that because it's definitely like a small school to get to know your classmates. But I know there's a lot of events on campus and I've been trying to get to go to them. I just feel like sometimes like I don't want to go alone. But I like that my school does have those events to be able to go to.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think of anything else right now.
And is there anything besides kind of just like trouble with making friends? Like, is there anything that you really don't like about the school?
I'm not sure. Like, not anything specific. I feel like my dorm situation. I know like people who have roommates. Like, they like sometimes they really like their roommates and they have that like roommate relationship
Connection.
So like I feel like I'm kind of like missing that a little bit. But like I kind of like living on my own too. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel like I haven't really got like into like the girlfriend group, so I feel like I'm kind of missing that aspect.
Yeah, definitely. So I think like it might be good in this situation when you're unsure if you want to stay at the school, whether you want to go home, making these pros and cons lists to just say, okay, these are the pros about being here and these are the cons, and kind of letting that help you decide like, is it just the one thing that's really making me not want to be here and can I work on that? Like we said, just taking those baby steps and to get into friend relationships with one friend or even with groups. I think obviously like we would love for that just to be like that, and we have all these friends, but that's not realistic. But just working towards making those connections and getting into those friend groups, or just having at least one or two friends that you can talk to, I think that would make you feel more comfortable here. And then once you kind of figure out these things for yourself, that also might make you feel more comfortable talking to your parents about school. Have you had any conversations with your parents at all about school, or just kind of?
We've talked about like my grades, and like my grades have been doing pretty good, so like I feel like it's always a positive conversation when I talk to them about like what grades I received or like how my class is going. She's asked me about like my mom, she asked me about a couple of like my friends, and I just kind of listed a few names in class, so I haven't really said like, oh, I don't really hang out with anyone outside of class, so I'm not sure if she just thinks like those names are people who I've been hanging out with outside of class. So it's kind of like whatever she's kind of connected the dots with. I'm not really sure, but I've never said anything bad. I mean, I think she thinks I'm a little like lonely because I do call her sometimes a little, probably like maybe like 2 or 3 times a day in the morning and like night, and sometimes she'll call me. But I think she might be able to tell that like I'm kind of a little bit alone because I do tend to call her when I'm bored. But she hasn't said anything about it, so I haven't really felt the need to like say it. But I don't know, right now I'm just kind of like, maybe she's catching on, should I tell her?
I think that choice is totally up to you whenever you feel comfortable talking to her about it. It may make you feel more comfortable just having another outlet to like give you advice and just have someone to, you know, put these feelings out with. Also, do you keep in contact with any of your friends from home?
Yeah, I do talk to a few of them. They stayed, like my 3 like close friends that I had in high school, they stayed at home, so like they're kind of like doing their own thing, and like that's kind of what makes me upset too, because like they're over there like doing, like they're studying together, they're getting the coffee together, and like they're going out to like parties, and I just think that like I kind of like left that, and like when I call them I feel like they're always busy, and like I understand that like we all have different schedules, but sometimes I like kind of regret calling them because I feel like it's like a slap in the face, like, oh, like that didn't make me feel better, and now I just kind of got to see them all hanging out, and like I kind of want to be there at that time.
Right, so just seeing what your past friends are doing or friends from home are doing now just kind of, yeah, like you said, a slap in the face. It just kind of hurts to see all that happening while you're struggling here to make friends.
Yeah, it's definitely like hard because I don't really know like with the like deciding if I want to stay here or not. I feel like I do like it at school, and I think like if I were to like make some friends and like definitely try getting out there, I would definitely like it a lot more. But when I'm like in between about that, I feel like I lean back. I'm like, I just want to go back with my friends. I just want to go back with my family, and like I haven't said anything to my friends about it because I don't know, we are from a really small town, and like all of our family was close, so like I think my friend would just be worried and be like, talk to my mom, and like I'm not ready for that, I don't think.
Okay. I also just wanted to ask you, what was it that brought you to this school and, you know, moving away from home versus staying home at the same school with them?
I wanted to like I didn't want to like be in the same town. I wanted to like experience something new, and I really liked the program here. So I was like debating on that, and I'm not like 100% sure because I did want to stay home, and the only reason really I wanted to stay home was with my family and friends. So it wasn't the education that was keeping me there, and like I really wanted to focus on my education, given like college is a lot of money, and I wanted to actually go somewhere where I'm going to get a good education. So that's why I chose this. But
okay, so you had good reasoning. You wanted to, you know, get the education, so that's a benefit for you. But at the same time, it's just hard to leave your family, your friends, and it's hard for everyone at first to make new friends. You know, getting out there, especially like in a new place when you're so far away. So it's definitely understandable, and I think that we can keep meeting and talking about these things and helping you be able to, you know, make those friendships if that's what you choose to do. And then if it comes time where you decide, you know, oh, maybe I actually don't want to stay here, or maybe I'm ready to talk to my mom about possibly leaving, or even if it's just making that conversation happen and seeing if your mom or you're in to bring your family also, but they could come visit you. Just, you know, working out different options. I think we can talk about those in the next sessions. Like I said, doing like the empty chair technique, stuff like that, just getting you kind of out of your comfort zone, even though it can be a little challenging at first. I definitely think we can work on those things though.
Yeah, I think like I'm like talking to the imaginary person actually did help because I was able to like kind of see like all those thoughts. It actually is pretty easy to say. It's just I have to like kind of understand like what they're gonna say back and like take that. But I definitely like had some good conversation. I'm happy that I was able to talk to someone. I just feel like not saying to anyone has been hard, but
yeah, definitely. And maybe we can make it a goal for next time. Maybe you can have that conversation with Ashley was it?
Yeah.
And plan that coffee date, and then we can kind of reflect on how that went in the next session.
Yeah, definitely. I can try that.
Okay, well, I look forward to meeting with you again.
All right.
Thank you.